A man I had never seen before walked up to my mother's casket and started crying harder than anyone else in the room. I was sitting in the front row next to my brother Kyle, and we both looked at each other like, who is this guy? My mom had been sick for a long time. She was a single mother who raised us in a tiny apartment in Ohio. She worked 2 jobs and still found time to help us with homework every night. We did not have much, but we never felt poor because she made everything feel like enough. So when this stranger showed up in a nice suit with tears running down his face, it did not make any sense. After the service, I walked up to him and asked if he knew my mom. He wiped his eyes and said she saved his life. I thought he was being dramatic. He said his name was Marcus and that he met my mom at a bus stop when he was 17. He had just run away from a bad home and had nowhere to go. He was sitting on the bench with a backpack and no plan. My mom sat down next to him and asked if he was okay. He told her he was fine. She said, "No, you are not." She handed him a bag with a sandwich and an apple and a piece of paper with a phone number on it. She told him to call that number if he ever needed help. He shoved the paper in his pocket and forgot about it. Then 3 weeks later, he was sleeping in a park and it started raining. He was cold and hungry and had nothing left. He pulled that crumpled piece of paper out of his pocket and called the number. It was a shelter my mom volunteered at. They took him in that same night. They helped him get a job and finish school. I froze when he said that because I had no idea my mom even volunteered at a shelter. She never talked about it. Not once. Marcus said my mom checked in on him for years after that. She called him on his birthday. She sent him cards when he got his first apartment. She came to his graduation ceremony and sat in the back row, so she would not make it about herself. I looked at Kyle and he was crying. I was crying. Everyone around us was crying. Then Marcus reached into his jacket and pulled out an envelope and handed it to me. He said he had been looking for a way to pay her back for years, but she always said no. He said this was for us now. I opened it and my hands started shaking. It was a check big enough to pay off the apartment my mom had been renting our whole lives. Kyle grabbed my arm so hard I thought he was going to break it. Marcus said he started a small business after he got back on his feet and it did well. He said he never forgot where he came from. He said everything he built started with a sandwich and a phone number from a woman at a bus stop who chose to care about a stranger. I hugged him and I could not let go for a long time. We buried my mom that afternoon and I felt something I did not expect to feel. Not sadness. Pride. She was out there changing lives and never said a single word about it. She did not do it for attention or praise. She did it because that was just who she was. Marcus still calls me on my birthday now. He says it is what she would have wanted. And every time that phone rings I think of her sitting on that bench choosing to care about someone she did not even know. That is the kind of person my mom was. And I am going to spend the rest of my life trying to be even half as good.